नमो नमः शंकर पार्वतीभ्यां
नमो नमः शंकर पार्वतीभ्याम्
वागर्थाविव संपृक्तौ
वागर्धाविव सम्पृक्तौ
वागर्थ प्रतिपत्तये
वागर्ध प्रतिपत्तये
जगतः पितरौ वन्दे
जगतः पितरौ वन्दे
पार्वती परमेश्वरौ
पार्वती परमेश्वरौ।
श्रीशंकरार्य गुरवे नमः।
श्री शंकरार्य गुरवे नमः।
So we recite the first slokam of Sivananda Lahari, where Shiva, we are saluting Shiva and Parvati, asking them to stay in our mind. Kalabhyam Chudalankrita Shashikalabhyam
कलाभ्यां चूडालंकृत शशिकलाभ्यां
Nijatapah Phalabhyam
निज तपः फलाभ्यां
Bhakteshu Prakatita Phalabhyam
भक्तेषु प्रकटित फलाभ्यां
Bhavatu me
भवतु मे
Shivabhyam
शिवाभ्याम्
अस्तोक त्रिभुवन शिवाभ्याम
अस्तोक त्रिभुवन शिवाभ्याम्
हृदि पुनः भवाभ्याम
हृदि पुनः भवाभ्याम्
आनंद स्फुरद अनुभवाभ्याम
आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्याम्
नतिर्यम.
नतिरियम्.
So we request Parvati and Parameswara, who are together constantly, who came into the wedlock as wife and husband, later on declared as the primordial parents of the entire creation. So to them I make my namaskaram. So in the 20th stanza, we have noted how is our mind, and our mind is compared to a big monkey, highly fickle, able to move about any and everywhere in a forest, in a tree grove, and that has got to be tied down by Shiva and take that mind, our mind, along with him, and he will be having a sufficient bhiksha, because sada mohatavyam charati ivatinam kuchagirau natatyasha shakha spatita jhatiti svairamabhitaha kapalin bhiksho me hrudaya kapihi atyanta chapalam dudham badhva shiva bhavadadhiram kuru vibho. So here, me hrudaya kapihi, that is the subject here. My hrudaya is metaphorically compared to a kapi, a monkey, and kapi also means a very mischievous, strong, powerful, normally not controllable, but always victorious, and all that meaning is there with the word kapi, because even Anjaneya or Maruti is also called a kapi, and he is called as the Kapi Saptamaha. So whatever Anjaneya we know about their excellences, especially Chalatvam, able to stimulate everybody and may cause fear in them if they are not positive. So that is the Kapitva in him. So Kapihi, and what is that Kapi? Hrudaya Kapihi. Hrudaya is the seat of emotions, seat of feelings, seat of diversions. Because whenever we sit for some noble work, the emotions and feelings and sentiments will make us get out. And the focus is difficult. But unless there is a focus, we are not able to capture the grace of the Paramatma. But therefore, we just, the Shankara, the poet is trying to put the responsibility to Lord Shiva himself to take hold of the Hrudaya Kapi of the devotee. So that when the Hrudaya Kapi of the devotee is being well tied up and taken along with him, then he will have the complete smarana of Lord Shiva, and there is scope for a devotee to grow high. And why? Why should he do it? Because this Shiva is a bhikshu, is a beggar or going for alms. And what is the vessel that he is carrying or cup? That's a kapala. You know, the kapala has a great reference. It is not ordinary. No, when Brahmadeva committed a mistake, he just tripped off the fifth head of Brahmadeva, and because of his karuna upon Brahma and request and upon all other gods, he didn't want to waste it. So he converted that kapala, the skull, into a bhiksha patra. Therefore, he is actually a bhikshuka. That is, he will go from house to house begging for alms. And the final one, Annapurna Devi, Parvati, he has actually gone in Kasi as a bhikshuka. In spite of it, though he is a samsarin, but he is a bhikshuka only, depending upon the alms or grace showered by the woman, the wife, the great lady. Therefore, he always takes pleasure to style himself as a bhikshu. Therefore, he doesn't become angry if I were to call, Shankara were to call him as a bhikshu. And Kapalin, most ordinarily, he is supposed to go without any trouble, without any dejection or grumbling or murmuring. He has to go for house to house. And so my mind, what is the kind of my Hrudaya Kapi? It's a moha, it is always moving, eclipsed by the moha, more so during the women pleasures and mundane attractions, and so it is so busy with all pleasure gaining, pleasure experiencing, pleasure attainments, etc. Therefore, Vrithinam Kujagirau Charati, moha, that is being described as a moha atali. You know, aranyas are, nobody knows what kind of fear, at what place is there in the forest. Forest means a matter of fear. So, this moha is a forest. We do not know where the moha takes us to, what kind of problems it will accrue to the individual being caught up by the moha. Moha is an excessive passion, excessive desire, excessive love, excessive attachment. All that is called under the moha. And that manas is also filled with the bhranti. Moreover, a monkey is always filled with the bhranti. We go there, we come here, because it is in search of food also. It is in search of fruits of its like. And so from tree to tree, expecting some kind of fruit or the other, which will form his food, the monkey will be jumping all the trees, all the branches of a tree and all that. So it is not at all stable and highly chapala. And that is the nature of my mind. That is the nature of my heart, which is the seat of all feelings. And moreover, my heart is your seat. But that is now a kapi, and therefore you cannot also take hold of my heart. Therefore, O Kapalin, O Bhiksho, Vibho, Patya, Drudham Badhva, Bhavadadhinam Kuru. You please make my mind to be under your control so that I can have my mind steady and I can pursue knowledge and I can always remember your sacred name. And because you're a bhikshu, when you go to houses with my mind monkey, then you will get sufficient food. If you just go with your kapala to houses for sake of alms and food, you may not get enough adequate food, which will quench your thirst and hunger. So if supposing you were to take my monkey mind with you, then you will get good food. That will be an advantage for us because the people in the house, the children and others will take a lot of fancy, not for you and your begging bowl, but for the monkey. Then they will insist elders to offer alms to that. That's why you will be benefited, I will be benefited, both are benefited. Oh Sambhu, please do that. So this was, from here onwards, you see Shankaracharya has number of innovative thoughts, especially making petition for Lord Shiva. Shiva is a kappa, is a sthulim, is a sthira bhakti expects, and therefore such kind of tough God among all gods, to get his grace is important. Because why do you want Shiva? Shiva means you will get to Kailasa, a most beautiful place, and where you can completely enjoy wonderful company with all the retinue of Lord Shiva, the Bhutaganas. You can become one of the Bhutagana and enjoy. So, as a preamble for all that kind of immense happiness and permanence, the idea is introduced that Sa, Vibhu, Shiva, Bhavadadhinam Kuru. The two, the monkey might escape and come back to me again. Because it is monkey, if you don't bind that monkey well and take hold of it and control it, and it is possible it will come back to me. No. Drudham Badhva. You have to tie it very tight. That the monkey, my Hridaya Kapi, will not think of coming back to me. Normally, our mind is always unstable. It is always having the simple harmonic motion. So to say, A to B, B to A to B, B to A, and side attractions. Thereby, Chanchalam hi manappartha pramadhi balavadrudam. Even Krishna also said in Gita that I know definitely that mind is fickle. But for there, Krishna gives solution that Vairagya and Abhyasa are the two measures through which you can bind your mind. But even Vairagya and Abhyasa are also very hard. But if Shiva were to interfere and bind him out, then it's really a very easy, quick thought which Shankara gives. But Krishna is giving a slow process. But here, the Shankaracharya, because Sadhyaha Prasadini, Sadhya Prasada, you can have it, but you should allow scope for that kind of quick relief and quick emancipation, because we don't have patience. Our stamina is not enough to bear a fickle mind in us for a long time. So, there is a constant prayer that you please take hold of my Hridaya Kapi, because you are a bhikshu, take my Kapi mind with you so that I will be free and I can put my mind and stability in my mind, and I can concentrate on getting knowledge and smarana of you. So that's how this 20th sloka, we have already covered that, but I am trying to review that how he starts the thought of making Shiva get attached to us also. See, as much we try to attach to Lord Shiva or any God, so much anxiety should be there. Similar anxiety should be there for God towards us also. There should not be any kind of indifference between God and man. That is the formula in all our Vedic scriptures. See, Devanam Satyamiyushe, and Devaha api, even gods also look for the people to do some such thing, activity that will make them stronger. So we always make a prayer, Tanno Vishnoha Balam Pravardhatam, Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha, Prithvi Santu Sasya Palita. Like that we make prayer and say ultimately, because of my religious activity or fervor, let the strength of the God increase and enhance. Now, after having told about Hrudayam compared to a kapi, again, one more wonderful point he will put forth in the next stanza, the 21st one. Please repeat twice. Dhrutistambhadharam.
Dhrutistambhadharam. Dhrutistambhadharam.
Drudhaguna sagamanam.
Drudaguna sagamanam. Drudaguna sagamanam.
Vichitram padmadhyam.
Vichitram padmadhyam. Vichitram padmadhyam.
Pratidivasa sanmarga ghatitam.
Pratidivasa sanmarga ghatitam. Pratidivasa sanmarga ghatitam.
Smarare macchetaha.
Smarare macchetaha. Smarare macchetaha.
Sputapata kutim prapya visadam.
Sputapata kutim prapya visadam. Sputapata kutim prapya visadam.
Jaya Swamin.
Jaya Swamin. Jaya Swamin.
Nityasaha.
Sakyasaha. Sakyasaha.
Vivaganaihi sevita vibho.
Sivaganaihi sevita vibho. Sivaganaihi sevita vibho.
See, all gods want some prize. Stutya vardhante devaha. Gods and good people, they want appreciation and recognition of the honor acquired or present in them. And when that is done, they become very, very well happy. And moreover, here there is again the talkas macchetaha, vishadam, smarare, and ghatitam. So kutim prapya, macchetaha, sputapata kutim prapya. This is the subject matter. I am now teaching you or giving you the clue how you can understand the Sanskrit slokas the moment you read. Because if at all you want to construe the slokas, catch the subject and predicate. The remaining ones will be description of them. Here in this particular sloka, what is the subject of this? Macchetaha, my mind. In the previous it is Hrudaya. Chetaha is the Chaitanya Shakti, the activizing power. And thereafter, we will be able to move in our own way. We will be able to think and do all kind of activity only because of the presence and impulsion by the Chetas which is there. That's why we make a prayer to Goddess Durga. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Chetanetyabhidhiyate Namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Please repeat once. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु
Chetanetya Vidhiyate
नेतरेत्य विधीयते
Namastasyai Namastasyai
नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
Namastasyai namo namaha.
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः.
So thereby the Chaitanya Swarupam, which is present in all, is being taken hold by the Parameswari. And in other places we have seen the Parameswari is requested to do it. And whether it's a Parameswari takes hold or Parameswara takes hold, but we are benefited. We don't much bother. Therefore, how is my Machetaha Sputa Pata Kutim? Kutira, Kuti andre Kutira or the tent, Gudaram, and the shelter. My mind is a shelter for you, a tent for you. And how is the tent? It is like Sputa Pata. It's a clean, white colored, beautiful cloth. With that cloth covered, the cloth covers my Kutira, my Hridaya Kutira, my Chetaha Kutura. And how is that my Chetaha Kutira? It is Vishadam. It is quite clear, wide, not at all narrow. So, if it is narrow, then you may feel sad. But my Hridaya Chetak Kutira is very, very wide and big. And who are you? Smarare. You are the enemy of Manmatha. You have the victory over the Manmatha, the god of love, who will always work upon the Chetaha of people, the mind of the people. You know, Manmathswara is known for Pushpa Banas, very soft arrows. You will not know when we are shot with the soft arrows. The love is something like that. We don't know how love crops up and conforms and then settles down, because it is a Pushpa Bana. Aravinda Masokancha Chutancha Navamallika Nilotpalamcha Panchaite Panchabanasya Sayakaha. So he doesn't have, in Saundarya Lahari, you have seen a lot of descriptions about the Manmatha and how the Devi has made him more stronger. And because of the support of Devi, the weak Smara became very strong. Because Parvati loved Shiva, Shiva must oblige. And so, Shiva is the Smarari, but Parvati is a supporter for Smara. Therefore, Vishadam Sputapatakutim Smarare Prapya. And moreover, you may think that, actually Kailasa has no building at all. There are no houses in Kailasa like in Vaikuntha or any other lokas. All lokas have got buildings, but Kailasa has no building. But a concept probably was introduced by Ravanasura that he wanted to build a house for big palace for Parvati, Ganesha and Kumara and Lord Shiva, and also different locations for their activity, and a big hall for Lord Shiva to stay on meditation, etc. All that was designed, planned and got constructed by Ravanasura. And everybody wondering, what? In Kailasa, a palace, a construction, a building, a structure. But somehow Shiva gave approval when Parvati and all people agreed, insisted. Then what Ravana, when the Gruha Pravesam were to take place in Kailasam, then Ravana was the priest. He was a Brahmin, Pulastyavam Sajaha. So he came as a Purohit. And he did all the Gruha Pravesa and all that. And afterwards, when Dakshina comes up, when the conclusion is done, and Ravanasura asked Shiva and Parvati, Dakshina, what do you want? He said, you give this building for me as part of Dakshina. Imagine if a priest were to ask like that, he would become. So he said, you give me the building that is here, palace, for me as a part of Dakshina. That's how even that big, wonderful palace, which was built by him only in Kailasa, was taken away to Lanka, and that Kailasa was kept as building free. And so he doesn't have a place to stay. What kind of fellow he is? Rudra or Shiva, Sagamanam. So he is always mobile. And moreover, the tent which is built in his heart is having a dhruti as being a stambhadharam. Dhruti is dhairyam. So there is that kind of courage, strength as a part of dhairya. So dhruti is again metaphorically referred as stambha. It is a pillar. So in fact, Shiva himself is called a stambha because he is himself called stambha. He is the central pillar for the entire world, the entire three lokas. So there is a beautiful architectural prarthana for Lord Shiva given by Bhattabhana in Harshacharitam, which is a important proverbial sloka for Shankustapana. For that, the sloka reads like this. Because all this is being recorded, I think even if you don't write down, probably it is no matter. You can listen to that afterwards. You can write down. But if you are free, you can write down. Sivastunga Siraschumbi Chandra Chamara Charave Trailokya Nagararambha Moolastambhaya Shambhave. Sivasiraschumbi. That is Chandra Chamara Charave Trailokya Nagararambha Moolastambhaya Shambhave. So Shambhu Namaha, I'm sorry. First one begins as Namastunga Saraschambi Namaha Shambhave. So he is that kind of Drudha Guna Nibadha Stambha Adharam. The tent that is there in my mind, Chetana, he is having a stambhas, pillar, supported by that, and which is again Drudha Guna Nibadham. Gunas are the ropes. Nibadha is tied up. Drudha is strong. They are not, that will not be falling down. They are so tightly built up. And Sagamanam, and all these words go as the description for these Putapatakuti of the mind. Machetaha. And Vichitram Padmadhyam. So this is having a Vichitra. Vichitra is Visheshena Chitra. And so Vichitram means it is really motley and colorful, attractive, whatever attraction that could be given to, all that is there. Therefore, Vichitram. Actually, everybody's mind is a chitra. We cannot predict the mind of the people, and more so the people with so many other engagements and engrossments. So that mind will be Vichitram. And again, I told you, Sagamanam, that it can go away wherever it is possible. and Vishada and Padmadhyam. You know the word Padmadhyam, that Vichitra Padmadhyam. Padma is having colors, petals are all color. So the building, the tent I have in my mind, in me, is having the Padma Adhyam. Vichitra Padmadhyam, Chitra Vichitra. And here Vichitra refers to, you know, every Janma is not fresh. Every Janma is a continuation of other previous Janmas. That's why Shankaracharya in Shiva Aparadha Stotra makes a prayer that Janma Janma Mabhu Devam Mama Pasupate Janma Janmantarepi. Because of the number of Janmas, I carry so many kinds of vasanas or connections and memories. So my mind is always Vichitra. And I want to get rid of all those Chitra, Vichitra vasanas in my body, in my mind, which I have been carrying on from birth to birth. In fact, in Chamakam, we make Sarira Nichame Yagnena Kalpetam. So my Sarira, Ni, that is, we never have only one parents. The present parents are not the same in the previous births also. But fortunately, we don't remember all that at all. We are clean slate when we are born. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Bahuni janmani atitani tava mamacha tatani aham veda natvam veda. Therefore, I am Narayana, you are Nara. You are Nara because you forget all of them, but I am Narayana, I remember all of them. So like that, we can keep on describing the content and the depth of mind and knowledge and expression and thought which is being posed by Acharya Shankara in this slokas, whereat he will be able to really attract the concern and attention of Lord Shiva. So, another interesting quality of my house is, what is that? Prati divasa sanmarga ghatitam. See, my mind is always fond of moving in the sanmarga. So, actually, mind is really tough one. Because it is a statement, mana eva karanam bandhayoho manushyanam. For all men, what is that which will be cause for either bandha or bandha vimukti? So, this is only the mental setup. If our mental setup is properly organized, then we will be having some kind of peace. If the mind is in commotion, in alarming situation, in grief, it is a problem. So here, the Bhakta or Acharya Shankara, Bhakta is telling that Prati Divasam, every day, Divasa is the day, and it's a Prati Divasam, every day, Sanmarga Ghatitam. So the Ghatana is the behavior. And that behavior, how is going? Sanmarga. It is going regularly in a righteous path and with all Shubha Lakshanas. And there are Nirmala Sadbhavanas filled in my mind. So, you try to, if at all any such differences were to come into mind, you please make them all driven away from me. And moreover, when there is such a beautiful accommodation, now Shiva, Bhakta is inviting Lord Shiva. Alone he cannot come. He requests, Vishadam Prapya Swamin Jaya. O Swamin, O sir, you please be happy, victorious. You will not be happy if your wife is not there with you. Therefore, Saktya Saha Swamin Prapya Vishadam Kutim. You please reach my Vishada Kutira or the tent or my Chetaha. Please come, visit and stay. And not only that, you may think that you only both will be there, no servants, nobody to attend on you, and you may feel out of place. No. Siva Ganaihi Sevitaha. You can bring all your Pramatha Ganas, Siva Ganas, all the retinue which you have got in Kailasa. My Kutira, my mind is not so big enough that it will accommodate entire retinue and entire you and your wife, Parvati Devi. And so what does it mean that let you always, there Shiva Smarana in the Hridaya is important. So in order that Shiva Smarana to take place, you must make wonderful location or shelter for Lord Shiva to come and stay there with his retinue and Parvati, so that it will be a very, very attractive place by which he will start forgetting about the smara. Because when the enemy of the Manmatha were to come and occupy my mind, then Manmatha will be afraid to come to my mind and make me hopeless and make me to move about in the mohata way, in going after the pleasures, one after the other, and waste my whole living life. Therefore, he says Smarari, because if the enemy is there, looking at the enemy's placement in the mind, the Smara, who is a highly mischievous fellow, and whose influence nobody can immediately detect. And some people, children in youth, they will be studying in the university elsewhere, don't know how they become friends, and then they become lifelong, get into the wedlock. So in fact, I remember in Bangalore University, two of the students sitting in the MA class, both of them brought invitation. We asked, what is the invitation? Sir, our marriage invitation. Then my other professor, colleague told, what these students will do? They not only come to classroom, we don't know all these things. Because the Manmatha is like that, don't know how he works upon. That's why when the enemy of Manmatha were to settle down with his family and retinue in my beautiful kutira of my mind, which is quite having adequate accommodation, and which is always fond of going on a righteous way, on a righteous path every day. So, O Shiva, Swamin, Jaya. The word Jaya is interesting because completely he should be there and be happy and with victory to stay in our mind, because my mind is highly moving and problematic. But my mind has got, I'm making such a prayer that there is a dhairyam. See, dhruti is dhairya. What for dhairya? To be able to make the enemy of the Manmatha stay in the heart. You know, whenever some righteous things are being done, there are more enemies. If somebody gets an appointment, not all people will be happy. There will be more people to be unhappy than those who really congratulate. So like that, here in this sloka, such a beautiful idea that we only through Drudha Bhakti, Sattvika Chitta, when it is acquired in the mind, then only Lord Shiva, along with his Parvati and Pramataganas, will come to stay in the heart. If not, then Shiva will never come to us, because we don't want these things. If we want really elevation and emancipation, and go to Kailasa. I hope you understand all words here. So my mind is important, and it is a resting place for you. Please come along with your wife and stay on with me. Next sloka, I think, 22nd. Pralobhajaihi.
Pralobhajaihi. Pralobhajaihi.
Arthaharana paratantro dhanigruhe.
Arthaharana paratantro dhanigruhe. Arthaharana paratantro dhanigruhe.
Praveshodjukta sanbhavati.
Pravesodjukta sanbhramati. Pravesodjukta sanbhramati.
Bhavati bahudha taskarapate.
Bhavati bahuda taskarapate. Bhavati bahuda taskarapate.
Imam chetaschoram.
Imam chetaschoram. Imam chetaschoram.
Kathamiha sahe Shankara Vibho.
Katamiha sahe Sankara Vibho. Katamiha sahe Sankara Vibho.
Tavadhinam krutva.
Tavadinam krutva. Tavadinam krutva.
Mani niraparadhe kuru krupam.
Mai niraparadhe kuru krupam. Mai niraparadhe kuru krupam.
So this is another sloka, another advancement, talking about the chetaha. So in the Hridaya, first in 20th sloka, he just gave a metaphorical expression that Hridaya compared to a kapi. And that is one problem. And second problem of our mind is manas. And this manas is metaphorically taken as the wonderful seat, which is strong. But if the enemy of the Manmatha were to enter and stay there, the Manmatha will be of no avail to anybody. When Manmatha means Berswara, and then we are not very much spending time towards attractions, and we'll have stability of mind, devotion to Lord Shiva, Parvati, Ganas and all that. So that is quite good. So we ask him to come with his retinue and all that. And here in this sloka you observe, another metaphor has been used by Acharya Shankara, because in the Sivananda Lahari is totally a bhakti kavya. And for sake of bhakti, what are the measures that we have got to take? Shankara is giving us beautiful instruction. You know, Shankara is a guru, he is Acharya, he is so that's why, and also Jagat Guru. And Jagat Guru Shankaracharya we call, because he makes any and everything available in the universe as his guru, irrespective of their status, irrespective of their other antecedents and all that. Therefore, what is Jagat Guru? Jagadeva yasya guru rupam tishtati saha Jagat Guru. Not that he is guru to all. Generally, when Jagat Guru means we understand that he is guru to. No. He considers Pipilikadi Brahma Paryantam Samanam. Pipilika is the ant. So in all kinds of people, he just strikes balance of mind. That's exactly what Krishna was talking about in the entire Bhagavad Gita. For example, Sthita Prajna and Sthita Dhihi Muniruchyate. that Munitva has got to be acquired by us. Therefore, but what could be done? We can't get that kind of status very easily. Therefore, Shankara tells us that Acharya tells Choram Chetaha, Donga, Kalla, is a thief. And Shankara is also thief. He is a lord of thieves. He is a thief and a lord of thieves. Even Krishna is a thief and is a chora. That's why Krishna is a chora and yes. So both say Shiva is chora, and that means that Vishnu is also chora that way. So all these are to be choras so that they will be able to snatch away. In Rudram, you call him so much, whatever you like most, that he takes away. When that goes away, you will get Vairagya automatically. You know, we have got 3 kinds of Vairagya, but that is all temporary. Prasuti Vairagya, Smashana Vairagya, and Abhava Vairagya. So these Vairagyas are temporary. But we must want not an attribute for Vairagya, but Vairagya only, Parama Vairagya it is called. So to get the Parama Vairagya, somebody must steal our mind, which is a thief, Taskara. That's why in Rudram you see different attributes for Rudra as a thief. Taskaranam pataye namo namo, namaste naste nanam pataye namo namo, vanchate varivanchate stayunam pataye namo namo. And also Kulunchanam pataye namo namo. I hope you are familiar with the Rudram. If not, you recite and you can listen to number of times Purohits or others reciting it. And moreover, Rudra is such a person who is the lord of all Kulunchas. Kuluncha means land grabbers. Supposing there are 2 sides, one of that is yours, and the other fellow side will build a house, but he will grab some 2 or 3 feet and make a compound. When you go to build your house and look towards the instruments, you lose 3 or 4 feet. So that is small. You will go to court for 30 years. No, all people occupy the lands and grab them, build houses and make a lot of business. So that is the most common thing any and everywhere. And such people are more. They are called land grabbers. They are called in Sanskrit Kulunchas. Ku is land. So Lunchas are grabbers or thieves. So even such people are being kept under control. So Shiva is a chora. Krishna is a chora. In fact, you know, we have got Bharatam, Ramayanam and Bhagavatam. These are the 3 great scriptures which are very much important to be studied repeatedly every day, every time, and so that your jnana will increase and you get some kind of relief and moksha. So there is a statement, Prataha Dhyuta Prasangena Madhyane Stri Prasangataha Ratrau Chora Prasangena Kalo Gachida Dhimatam. Dhimatam, Buddhimantas, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ right in the morning పొద్దున్నే లేచి మహాభారతం చదవాలి. You have to study Mahabharata right in the morning. It's a Dhyuta Prasanga. What is Mahabharata? It is all about the dice play. That is the central point which made so many changes. So, Amadhyane Stri Prasangataha. In the afternoon, you have to read Ramayana. Because whenever there is going to be full stop in Rama's story, a woman appears and the full stop will be removed and karma it happens. So woman is the karma maker there in a sense that the story keeps on going. And Surpanakha, before her so many ladies, after Surpanakha, the entire thing has come into destruction to Ravana and all that. So so many ideas are there in Sankara, and he exploits the Sankara being a Taskaranam Pati. Therefore, he addresses Lord Shiva as Taskarapati. Oh, you, sir, you are the Lord of all Taskaras. Not only that, you are Shankara. You are also, by being a Taskara, you will cause people peace in them. If things are there, you love, you take attention. Supposing they are lost for you, for some time, people may wail. And after some time, you will forget about that. Therefore, he is Shankara. Shankara also means Mokshakaraka. He is the only eligible God who can give you Kailasavasa and Sayujya, Sarupya, Salukya, and all these status Sri Rudra can bless on us. Because he is Vibhu, and that means there is nobody to check. That is to say that he is Swatantra, Sarvatantra Swatantra. And so whatever decision or commands he makes, there is no revision at all. As you know, without Shiva Agna, nothing will happen. So Shiva Agna must be there. Even ant will not bite unless there is a directive from the Shiva. That's how the proverb goes in our thing. Shivuni Agna lenidi chimaina kuttudu. So he is called as a Vibho. And so what is called, make me niraparadhet krupam. So make me aparadha free. That's why Shiva Aparadha Kshamapana Stotra Shankaracharya has written. Also, he wrote about Devi Kshamapana, Aparadha Kshamapana Stotra, because both of them, when this kind of petition is being submitted to them, when they grace it, Krupam Kuru, they should show compassion. Krupe is compassion. When they are compassionate, very much kind, all our problems will be solved. But what is that mind? My mind is chora. How? Arthaharana paratantro dhanigruhe. We always want to grab money, acquire wealth, and for that sake we just push ourselves into the houses of the rich people. Dhanigruhe. Why? Arthaharana. Arthaharana is to grab more and more wealth, become richer and richer. We always try to attack the rich people and try to get more and more money from them. And so, in order to weaken the mind of the rich people, you have plans and counter plans. And that is what is called as pralobha. The word pralobha is the upayas. There are so many upayas that you do in order to make the dhanikas pleased and make you richer. That's why in Rudram also, in Namakam, you have the prayer to Rudra, Magavad Jastanushva Midva Toka Yatanayaya Sayyo. Oh Shiva, you increase the number of rich people, Magavad Jastanushva. Why? Because Midva, you are the highly kind and compassionate God of gods. Midva Tanayaya Sayyo, you please be kind and affectionate to all my kith and kin. And then you cause also Santi to all my people, to all myself. So that is the capability of that. And again, what do you want from Rudra? Shiva is such a great God that he will take away whatever you love most and make you feel completely relieved. And when you are relieved, you will focus on Paramatma. If you have more and more things in our house, then you are spending a lot of time in the maintenance of the house. Look, for example, for a boy or girl, if you give a cycle, small boy, you'll be always in the house making a lot of disturbance to you, the others. Supposing you buy a cycle and give him, he will not come inside the house for food or anything like that. He will keep on riding the cycle, even if he does not take bath, he will give bath for the bicycle. He will do all kinds of seva for the cycle. That is the nature of people. Therefore, that's what again, arthaharane pralobhat arthaharana paratantraha. See, the word paratantra is interesting. That is, he will be always designing ideas. That is anxiety. Paratantra is the anxiety that I want to do some kind of mosam, some kind of cheating, some kind of convincing, that I would be able to add more and more wealth for me. And because artha paratantratva is most dangerous one. Because if you get more than what you require, it becomes a black money, and that is a nuisance. And therefore, many people who have got more that paratantratva, they go to Venkatramana Swami's hundi, put all the notes in that, he can make them white. He cannot make. So like that. So paratantraha dhanigruhe pravesho udjuktaha means what the thieves will do. They push themselves into their houses for stealing, for plundering, for robbing and all that. Then this kind of activity will go on very much for me and waste all my time, fret. And so many people, even after retirement, they take life appointment and trouble themselves and cannot remain free. Many people are there. Why should they work after retirement? At least they get some pension, something like that. Even in India, you find some people after retirement traveling in the crowded buses, standing, etc. See why people are like that? They want to save for whom? No time. There is no time that. So, but anyway, that's what udjuktaha. Udjukta means always working, always active, not at all retiring or taking rest. And so, adu, bahudha sanbhavati. So he will be too much. Gathering, something like Duryodhana, who said, I don't want to share even that point of land occupied with the tip of the needle. So, taskaravate. Then what I am called, imam, that kind of person, me like, who are that? Vibho, chetaschoram katham ihasahe. How can I tolerate having a mind which has got that kind of stealing temperament? Suicide temperament, stealing temperament, etc. is a common thing with many people. It's not like that. You must have known the story. A bhikshuka, a sannyasi went for bhiksha to somebody's house, and he, after bhiksha and all that, he just got attracted to a wonderful tumbler. And he wanted to steal the tumbler and take away with him. It will be useful for him in that. Then he stole the tumbler. When he came out, suddenly he realized, what is that I have done? I have stolen this tumbler. Why that idea came to me as sannyasi? Then he just went inside and asked the fellow, how are you rich? How are you living? Then the Yajamana who gave him bhiksha said, I'm a big thief. I always steal things from others and make my living, and therefore, in order to get rid of that papam, I feed Brahmins and all people like that. Then he understood, because it's chorasya annam navasradham. So it's a chorasya annam I have eaten. So this chora buddhi came to me. And so it is very difficult to stand that chora buddhi in anybody. Therefore, a bhakta is asking Shiva, how can I withstand this chora buddhi in me? Katham iha sahe Shankara Vibho. O Shankara, O Swami, O Maharaja, Nanu inta chora manassannu tadiyodu hege. How can I stand this mind which is having that kind of anxiety to steal, to grab? That's why in Ishavasya Upanishad, probably must have attended a talk on Isha Upanishad, that Ma Grudaha Kaschid Dhanam. Usually you never grab others. If they gift you, it's something different rather than grabbing others, like the Grudra, that is the falcon or eagle. So he is putting his problem before the Sankara. Oh Sankara, you are Taskarapati. So I am a Taskara. My mind is Taskara. I am devoted to you. But my mind is not devoted to you. It is always having that kind of plans and counter plans to acquire more and more wealth, depriving the rich people, or pushing myself into their houses and grab money from them, etc. So this kind of mind I have got in me. How can I tolerate Shiva? So, O Shankara, what I would request you is, Tavadhinam krutva, please take hold of my Donga Chetasu or Chora Chetas into your control, because you are a Taskarapati. You are a Choranam Patihi. See, you are the Stenanam Patihi. So there are different kinds of thieves, and they are specialized also, experts in that. So, Tavadhinam krutva, please make my Chora mind under your control. You take away with you. When you take away that such type of Chora with Chora Chetaha in me, then what I would be? Niraparadhi. Aparadha is papam, sin. Niraparadha is punyavan. So I become a punyavan. And when I become punyavan, you will be eligible to show your grace upon me. If I am a papi, if I am a sinner, then you will doubt, oh, you are a sinner. How can I look at you? How can I grace you? But if you only are the master to do or undo, so please undo my Chetas Chora and take away, and please do show compassion upon me, make me a punyavan, so that I would be able to get higher position and think of you like that. Because when I am given the Janma, this Janma is associated with so many negativities. As you have seen in Narayaniyam, how that says that the man is having all the dirty habits and unwanted attractions, unwanted worries, unwanted acquisitions and all that. There is no trupti in the man. But Vedanta tells you, that yoga tells you, that then that kind of whatever you want, you have. Whatever is extra to you, get rid of it. So that's why Shankara Vibho Niraparadhe Kuru Krupam. I hope you are able to understand and feel the spirit that Shankara is able to bestow upon all of the devotees, that they have to cudgel the mind which could be a wonderful tent or accommodation for Lord Shiva and his retinue to stay. On the other hand, the mind could be a good thief, and the mind could be a big monkey, and all that is going on. So you understand that the Sivananda Lahari is not an ordinary stotra like any other stotras which you come across, but this has got a great deal of philosophy and very depth in thought process, and depending on, so that's why we have a number of commentaries on Sivananda Lahari, and moreover it becomes a wonderful topic for Vedanta. Sivananda Lahari and Saundar Lahari, they are complementary to each other to see the mind of Lord Shiva. Acharya, Shankara, because something like Bhartrihari, whose mind is Sringara, and the person who wrote Sringara Satakam and also Niti Satakam, he wrote Vairagya Satakam also, 100 slokas on Vairagya. So that is a unique set of mind. Only Bhartrihari could stand that. It's an indication that people must not get lost with Sringara or the Niti, but they should ultimately embark upon the Vairagya. So he says, Sarvam vastu bhayanvitam Vairagyameva bhayam. Any vastu with us is matter of fear. But if you are without it, then it is a fear-free and abhaya. In fact, there is an episode in Tyagaraja's life that some Shishya brought some money. When he was crossing through the forest, the robbers attacked, the Velayers attacked him. And he was wondering why at all. Then he inquired, anyone who is there having money? One of the Sishyas was bringing some great money. Then he gave away. But before that, he made a Kirtana also, that Irupakkara. So Rama and Lakshmana came and drove them away and all that. So there are wonderful episodes, and that's all unique and exclusive examples. But anyway, there are examples to say that the mind can always be under the control of the man and could be disciplined. A disciplined mind, a channelized mind, a regulated mind will always be a comfort, fear-free, aparadha, and helps to be punyavantas, and gods will take hold of, not ordinary gods, because all gods can give only desires, fulfillment, but only Vishnu and Shiva, they are the top final gods. They can only sanction emancipation and moksha. So when we are the students of Bhaivananda Lahari, Acharya Sankara will help us to get completely satisfied with one birth, not more anymore. Thank you very much. Om Tat Satu Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.